Thanks. This is a nice tie. Had a minute. All right. How are you guys doing? Are we having fun? This has been awesome, hasn't it? Man, that was epic. That was just so epic. Okay. I think I'm going to start off by correcting a little mistake that I've been making over the years. I wasn't raised in this, and so I don't know all the ins and outs. And I noticed that whenever a visiting preacher or even a young preacher gets up, they always give the preliminary thank yous and all that. And I realized I've never done that. I've been speaking to this saying, you guys probably think I'm just some big jerk, strutting up here all willy-nilly just talking. So anyway, I want to get this out of the way. It's good to be back here at Bristow Church. It's really good. I just want to thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me, allowing me to come. Really enjoying the remodel. Looks like you guys remodeled. That was really cool. Thanks. I want to also want to thank you guys for the offering. Thank you guys for that. Yeah, we didn't come for that. And also, we haven't actually received it yet. So I'm just thanking you guys on credit. Just gonna thank you like it's already happened. Thank you guys. Thank you for that. Also, thank you for the nice place to stay. Really putting me up. Feels like home. Yeah, thank you guys. And the gift baskets are wonderful. Thank you guys for the gift baskets. Again, I didn't really exactly that. Anyway, all right, so, also want to thank Brother Brian. Brother Brian, he asked me, I'll never forget, he come up and goes, hey, you want to do something for Pastor Appreciation? I was like, yeah. All right, and yeah, so I'll never forget that. It was a real special moment in my life. Thank you so much for that, guys. Thank you. Brother Rick, thank you for letting me borrow your 10mm socket. That was cool. All right, now that that's out of the way. I'm sorry, I almost forgot the most important thing. I'd like to thank your pastor. Yeah, man, what a great pastor. Can I just appreciate the pastor for a second? He's been we go way back. We go so far back. We've been friends for a long, long time. Long time. Man, I love Brother. I'm not going to say it, I'm sorry. We go way back. And I'm also a big fan. See my tie? Now I know you're like, is that official Brother Douglas Meadow merch? And believe it or not, no, it ain't. Which means he doesn't have one.
Oh boy.
Or does it? Thank you for letting me do this. That's like 2 gifts. Not only did he get a snazzy tie, but he also doesn't have to worry about what he's going to wear to church tomorrow. Praise the Lord. Thank you. Man, I really appreciate the power. I appreciate the pastor. I really do. Really, you know what he does? He inspires me to be more Christ-like. He's been really trying to push me and inspire me to be more Christ-like. And let me tell you, it's working. I am so much like the Lord. It's incredible. You have no idea. The other day I was reading in the book of John, and the disciples were trying to get Jesus to eat something. And he looks at him. He says, guys, I have meat to eat that you know not of. And I read that and it jumped out. I was like, I also hide snacks. Guys, there is a bag of keto cookies in my work van right now. I'm more Christ-like than I ever even imagined. So awesome. Listen, if you guys don't learn anything else from me at all, if you learn nothing else from me, know this. Be like Jesus. Sneak a snack. Sneaky little snack. Sneaky little snack. Sneaky little snack. Oh. But that was hey, there's a lot of tests that you go through in life, and I think if there's ever been a pass, or if there's ever been a test for the quality of pastor, that'd be pastoring during this pandemic, ain't it? Has he not done a phenomenal job pastoring during the pandemic? Man, we had to cancel church. He was preaching to pews, to empty pews. And let me tell you, they weren't helping him. There was no response at all, no movement. You'd have thought those things were bolted to the ground. Man, no, it's sad. The pandemic has really just changed everything, right? I figured if I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do comedy, let's talk about the pandemic, because what's funnier than that, right? Wrong. All right, so anyway. All right, sorry, I get this rabbit trail. I've had a little much coffee. So the pandemic has really just changed everything. You guys remember we couldn't have communion. Like, we couldn't have communion. That made me sad. Like, me and my wife, we had to do communion at home. And it was not the same. It wasn't the same because we used Doritos and Capri Sun. Yeah, it's not the same. Listen, y'all ain't getting this. Press pause. Rewind. Play that again. If the Spirit can move with stale crackers, imagine what He could do with Doritos and Capri Sun. You ain't helping me! Brother Douglas, hear me out. We need to do the next one with Doritos and Capri Sun. Listen. Oh, hold on, let me just check this. Now we don't want to get in a rut, do we? There it is, sorry. Jesus said, Jesus said, He took the bread, He broke it, and He said, eat all of it. And that is so much easier to do when it is nacho cheese flavored. Like at that point, you can't not eat all of it. You can see Brother Matthew tearing the bag open, licking the inside of the bag. What are you doing, Brother Matthew? Just trying to obey the Lord. Jesus said it, I believe it, and it settles it. Amen. As I was studying for this, I was pouring over the scriptures. Y'all feel that? Yeah, I was just pouring over these scriptures. And I noticed that the Last Supper didn't have a dessert, which seems strange to me. Now, I eat a pretty restrictive diet, but if I know it's my Last Supper, I'm getting me some complimentary sopapillas. I mean, I'm going out with a sugary cinnamon bang. It's going to be amazing. Man, I got on a little rabbit trail preaching there about the Last Supper, but listen, we're talking about the pandemic, right? Got to bring us back to the pandemic. And so I actually had a little bit of a health scare myself. One day I was there, I was watching the news on the radio. Old time, yeah, it's Odyssey or something. And they were talking about these symptoms to look out for, and the first one was like exhaustion, and I was like, oh no, because like I turned 30 and I got tired, and it's been that way ever since. So I'm just exhausted, right? And it's like, and then the second one was something like change of appetite, and I was like, I've been on that roller coaster for sure. And so I'm getting like nervous. And the third one was like fear of being left alone with the baby. Okay, that one's weird, but hear me out. That's like a legit fear that I have, like fear of being left alone with a baby. That's terrifying, guys. Listen, I know you guys joke and you're like, hey, don't leave Brother Paul alone with your babies. And I'm over here like, hey, don't leave Brother Paul alone with your babies. Hey, do me a favor, turn to your neighbor and say, don't leave Brother Paul alone with your baby. So they kept listening to this story, and they've named off a few more symptoms. I'm just checking off this list, and turns out I got postpartum depression. But I know God's a healer. I believe in a healing God. Okay, all right, so I feel like I need to explain myself. I'm not afraid of a baby, right? Like it's gonna harm me, like it's gonna bite me and I gotta come up with some anti-venom or something. It's like I'm afraid for the baby. It's because I don't pay a lot of attention, you know? And so if let's say I had a goldfish, right? And I forget to feed that goldfish, people are gonna be like, Brother Paul, that's a little irresponsible, don't you think? But if I forget to feed a baby, it's gonna be like, I'm going to jail. Right. And this fear of being looked on, like I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think anybody's leaving me alone with a baby, but it's possible. There are a lot of babies nowadays, isn't there? It's like, and I don't want you guys to think that I don't like babies. I like babies just fine. I like them. I think it's really special time when they come to their first service, you know, and Brother Douglas points them out and says, hey, why don't you hold that baby up? And they do, and they're like, no! Happens every time in my head. Does it not you? Do you guys not hear that? Is it just me? Hold that baby up. It's the circle of life. Waiting for the applause break. One of the main reasons I agreed to do this is because I get to ruin special stuff. And what's going to happen here in a couple weeks is Brother Douglas is going to go, Brother Trent, hold that baby up, and everybody's going to go, hey, where y'all know that from, you bunch of sinners? Sounds like we need to make an altar. All right, everybody? Heads bowed, eyes closed, nobody looking around. Come on now, heads bowed, eyes closed. Let me ask you this. When we do that in an altar service, we have the head bowed, eyes closed, nobody looking around. Isn't there just like a little part of you that wants to look around? Just like, yeah, you're like sitting here, what happens? What happens if you look around? I've never done it because I'm a Christian. But surely some sinner somewhere has just been like, so what happens? What happens if you get caught? What do you think? Does Brother Douglas like call him out? Is he like, all right, raise your hand. He goes, I see that hand there. I see that hand. Back, but Jamie's looking. Now you got to pay 3/4 shekel. Ha! It's fun. You guys are fun. I do want to do one thing that I think is going to be, this is the last thing, and I think it's going to be really special. It's really special to me because our pastor's actually requested this on occasion. There's been times he's walked up to me and he said, hey, next time you do comedy, why don't you do some of them Tim Hawkins jokes? Because they're funny. And so, on the advice of my pastor, I'm going to go ahead and steal another comedian's material. Hey guys, some of these jokes just write themselves. That's kind of cool. Like I read the existence of the atheist megachurch. Come on. Are you even out there? It's an atheist megachurch. What do they do? Do they have song service at the atheist megachurch? What do they sing? What do they sing? Shout to the void, all ye earth, let us sing. Power and majesty, praise to nothing. Do they have children's church at the atheist megachurch? What do they sing there? No one loves the little children, all the children of the world. No one hears you when you cry, no one hears your lullaby. No one loves the little children of the world. Reason why we exist, but there's no reason why. Row, row, row your boat gently down the reef, wallowing, 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 wallowing in our unbelief. Hey! You guys remember the rounds? You want to do the the rounds, row, row, no? Okay. All right. I am an A, I am an A-T, I am an A-T-H-E-I-S-T, and I am N-O-T-H-I-N-G to give me hope and certainty, and when I D-I-E, I will be A-L-O-N-E. Hey! Evolution, this I know, for Charles Darwin told me so. Accidentally alive, if you're weak, you won't survive. No resurrection, no immaculate conception, just natural selection. Charles Darwin told me so. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. You're welcome,